If you think that I'm just full of shit and that I am telling you right now, eventually that Samsung is going to have to give in to Dolby Vision, because Dolby Vision and HDR10 Plus are HDR formats that are meant to bring you a better viewing and realistic experience when you are watching a movie. HDR10 Plus was developed because Dolby Vision was starting to really show progress in their ability to make the picture better. Now, in a day where everybody only cares about how many nits or how bright your TV can get and how many colors, we are going to dive into why Dolby Vision is better than HDR10 Plus and the reason why Samsung will not invest in Dolby Vision yet. I will also get into that. But first, we're going to get into this intro.
Makes you think. Makes you think, what's the channel about? What's this really about? It's about teaching life lessons, teaching the youth. It's about top fives, movie reviews. That's what makes you who you are, makes you what you are. There's no rules in this game. There's no parameters. Just truth. So, 2-3 weeks from now, you're gonna wish you subscribed. 2-3 weeks from now, you're gonna be looking for Movie AV Impulse. Okay, I'm reloaded. Let's go.
Now, I know the first thing you're going to say is,
You're not an expert, so what the hell do you know?
and that's great. But what I am is a person that is very passionate about how a movie looks and how a movie makes you feel. If a director wants me to see a certain thing in a movie, I want to see that certain thing in a movie. When it comes to Dolby Vision uses dynamic metadata, which allows them to consistently update frame by frame picture interpolation and what they can use in order to make their picture. So whatever the director's creative direction is, Dolby Vision allows them that access. Think of dynamic metadata like this. Say you're watching the news. Who the hell watches the news, right? But remember back in the days when you were watching the news and a story broke out and the reporter got handed a piece of paper from somebody in the back room and they say breaking news, and then after they start doing it, the cops arrest them and then they send another piece of paper and then they give you another update. It can change everything on the fly, which is the reason why Dolby Vision IQ has become a thing, which Dolby Vision IQ uses your TV's light sensor in a very bright room or a medium lit room or anything like that. It will have the ability to really enhance your darker scenes, your shadow details, and your color without overblowing them to the point of no return, meaning that you can't even look at the screen. Now, the biggest thing when it comes to Dolby Vision, when they are graded, there are certain tiers. So whether or not the studios want to spend that kind of money on letting the editors or directors use, they have to stick within that budget. Now, while I did a ton of research on how much Dolby Vision charges to use their equipment and their software and all that, Dolby does not release how much they charge to use their format, and they don't show the actual tiers. HDR10 Plus uses static metadata, which doesn't give you the ability to change what you want, to make one little specular highlight different throughout that scene. Whereas, once again, Dolby Vision can literally take that sun. Let's say there's a scene where the sun and the clouds, that editor can literally frame by frame insert exactly what he wants you to see. Whereas HDR10 Plus really doesn't give you that ability to do that. It's kind of just set in stone, nor do they have any type of light sensor control format that they are working on. So I mean, right there, that should show you that Dolby Vision is much better at producing shadow details, producing brighter colors, yet maintaining what the director wanted you to see. Also, 10,000 nits is as high as Dolby Vision can go right now because they see the future of where cinema is going. Where as of right now, HDR10 Plus is capped out at 4,000 for those specular highlights. Now, let me remind you that these nits or this brightness is not meant for full screen. If you want more on nits and brightness and what it all means, I will link a video at the end of this video. Now, the reason why Dolby Vision has the better ability to bring you deeper blacks, better grays, more shadow detailing, they have the ability of 12-bit depth on their color space, whereas HDR10 Plus only has a 10-bit. Given the proper tools to do something, you can do that job better. Now, the reason why Samsung is scared to get licensing, because it does cost to use Dolby Vision and to have them in televisions, is the simple fact that, come here, Samsung, Panasonic, and 20th Century Fox started HDR10. And they also started HDR10 Plus to compete with Dolby Vision. Now, here's the funny part is Samsung is the biggest investor, and that's why their TVs only offer the highest format of HDR10 Plus. It's like Tesla putting money into their competition like Lucid, where they are not trying to do that. They are trying to go head to head. Now, I know what you're going to say is, well, if Panasonic did it, then why do they have Dolby Vision in their TVs in their lineup? Well, that's a good fact because Panasonic actually cares about what the creator's intent is. And remind you, some of those lower tier TVs do not have Dolby Vision in them because it costs to license those chips. And the crazy part is it's not really that expensive. But if you want my honest opinion, sooner or later, Samsung is going to have to give in to this because you have people like me who are still physical media collectors. And when 4K Blu-rays are done right in Dolby Vision, they look spectacular because, once again, they have the ability to use that frame by frame. When they are done in HDR10 Plus, which there are not a lot of movies on 4K Blu-ray that have HDR10 Plus, and there is a reason for that because there is so much that they are limited to. There's only so much they can do. Now, when The Godfather was released with only HDR on the streaming platforms to buy, like Vudu and stuff, they didn't have it in Dolby Vision. But when it was remastered again on 4K Blu-ray with Dolby Vision, The Godfathers came out absolutely magnificent and were still able to keep that film grain to give you that spectacular old school feeling, but it was so much better presented and done, and you were able to see things that you weren't able to see before, shadow detailing, blacks. That is what the creator intended. That's what they wanted you to see. Now, it's in the same case with Men in Black. Men in Black came in a 3-pack and it only had HDR10. Didn't even have HDR10 Plus. Then they came out with the Steelbook and redid Men in Black in Dolby Vision, and it came out 100% better. Finer, sharper, deeper blacks and shadow details that were bar none better. Now, if you think that I'm just full of shit, and that I am telling you right now, eventually that Samsung is going to have to give in to Dolby Vision, because filmmakers are leaning in more towards Dolby Vision for the ability to have that access and to have that dynamic metadata that allows them to change things on the fly. And with the light sensitivity, once it's activated on your TV, you will never miss a highlight again. Now, does it have its flaws? Of course it does. But eventually, Samsung is going to have to cave in and follow what the industry is actually wanting. So, in my opinion, Dolby Vision will be here to stay, just like Dolby Atmos, especially once we start getting brighter, better specular highlights on TVs. Anyways, I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. I know I threw a lot of mumbo jumbo technical stuff, but you know, like I said, not every TV is created equal. And that is why Dolby Vision gets such a bad rap. If you buy a Hisense TV that has the lower end Dolby Vision chip, it is not going to give you the best of the best. It doesn't have that full array local dimming to help with the shadow details and the blacks and the dimming zones, and you know, it's edge lit, so you're still going to get all that blooming and everything like that. And that is why it gets such a bad rap. And it's funny because HDR10 should be getting the same bad rap, but it doesn't, because everybody just loves to see, oh my god, it's so bright, I can barely look at it, my eyes are burning. And that's just not the way it should be. So if you are a Samsung lover and you love that overblown color and overblown saturation, hey, more power to you. Just know that HDR10 Plus is not going to be the standard format for the future that these directors and these editors are going to use. Dolby Vision will come out on top. And man, do I love Dolby. Maybe I should just work for Dolby, huh? Anyways, I love y'all. Like, share, subscribe. These two videos, check them out. Anyways, much love and respect. And I will see you on Wednesday with another video. Peace.